Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me today for this Pick a Card Tarot reading. This is a timeless reading for all zodiac signs. Whenever you come across this reading is when you're meant to hear it. And to choose your reading, you're going to pick from one of the cards I'm about to reveal or one of the crystals I'm going to introduce. I always set my intentions for your highest and best good. All right. For reading number one, this is the image. Almost is going to turn it over. You just get a few moments of viewing, and that's it. All right, for reading number two, this is the image. Wow. And for reading number three, this is the image. All right. If you'd like to know what the crystals are, let me introduce those to you now. For reading number one, we have the Shiva Lingham. And for reading number two, we have lemon Chrysoprase. And for reading number three, Snowflake Obsidian. All right, let your inner voice guide you. Whichever image or crystal you're most drawn to is most likely the reading meant for you. Of course, you're always welcome to listen to two or even all three of the readings if that's what you feel drawn to. There may be more than one message for you. I put a link to all the readings in the description box below, as well as a list of all the cards that I used during this reading. If I have a link where you can find those cards, I include that as well. Enjoy your reading. Hello, reading number one. You chose this Shiva Lingham, which is a beautiful, mysterious stone from India, and you see it looks perfectly divided into two colors. And sometimes those colors divide horizontally rather than vertically. With this vertical division, it's speaking of the flow and rising of Kundalini energy from the base chakra to the crown chakra. And I know that Kundalini energy came up in another reading. So if you chose that reading and then chose this one, that is definitely confirmation of this ascent through the chakras. Shiva Lingam is also, it represents a direct connection between the earth and the cosmos, you and the earth, you and the cosmos, a growing understanding and connection to the nature, the natural world that you're part of. And it invites you to master yourself, becoming more spiritually disciplined and And it invites you into inner alignment. People who are drawn to this stone are on a path of inner elevation, awakening higher purpose, receiving downloads from Source. There's also a message here of dark and light coming out of the darkness. So you may have been going through a difficult time and ready to just give up, and you're being guided to not give up but to surrender and trust. We have here bobcat and blackthorn. And bobcats are very patient. They can be still for so long, waiting for their prey, and then they'll act just at the right moment. They are masters of camouflage, being able to blend in so that they can seize the right moment. And so for some of you, you may have been going through a dark period, and for others of you, maybe it was more of a conscious waiting, camouflage. Still with patience, there's something about to happen. And the blackthorn produces these berries called sloes, and there's an old folk belief that when there are tons of these berries produced in a season, that it means there's going to be a harsh winter. And it's not a warning sign. What it means is that Gaia, Mother Earth, is taking care of you, providing. She's always going to provide. And so in this case, she knows there's going to be a harsh winter. So she provides by giving a bountiful season so that all of those berries could be turned into jams, preserves, to store for the winter, to last through the winter. So there's this message of trusting the flow of life, trusting Source, the cosmos, and Mother Gaia. There's also a balance of masculine and feminine, another theme that seems to be coming through in the readings recently. Let's get some tarot cards and see what else we can find out about this ascent, this connection, this deepening connection with Source, Earth, and the cosmos. Self-mastery, patience, trust, trusting in the flow of life. And where this is going to lead. All right. What is awakening in reading number 1? All right, the High Priestess. I feel like she's been showing up a lot as well. So if you've been getting her a lot, let me know. It's definitely confirmation of that trusting, right? Just got finished talking about trusting. The King of Cups. and the Eight of Cups. What an interesting priestess card. She's standing, and the way that she has her arms up, such a different position than what we see traditionally. It's like you've been guarding your inner voice. You know, she looks guarded, like she's not trusting. And perhaps you've been doubting your inner voice. Or relying on external validation. For example, let's say you want to learn to read tarot, and you put the cards out and something comes to you. Either you see something in the pictures that you then interpret, or you have a kind of knowing in your mind or a feeling in your body. And rather than trusting that, you go to the book and read what's there. It's the second guessing. It's the question is, what fear is keeping you from trusting your inner knowing? Who taught you to silence your own sacred voice? And the medicine is to begin rebuilding intimacy with yourself. So the trust begins by rebuilding this intimate relationship with yourself through ritual, through meditation, silence, sitting in nature, journaling. All of these are doorways back to your own oracle. This isn't about doing it right. It's about being with what is. And I feel, you hear that little sound. I usually mute it. So if you heard that, I feel like it's really hitting on something. It's spirit saying, pay attention to this. And what I was about to say is that I feel for many of you that you're on that verge. Remember, we talked about the Kundalini rising, this ascent, and you're just on this cusp. It's just, you're on the threshold, and all you have to do is step through it. So keep going out in nature, because I feel like many of you are already you're just almost there. It's just one little last leap of faith and stepping through that doorway, taking that invitation. So continue spending time in nature, continue journaling and meditating and holding that silence and listening. Continue your rituals and sacred living. And you're going to have this breakthrough, this awakening. The King of Cups is the emotional body holds the key now. So this card's inviting you to stabilize your emotions, your inner waters. not by suppressing them, but by learning to ride their waves, their rhythms. You're recognizing the rhythms within you and the rhythms of life that flow through you. You're embodying the divine witness, the heart-anchored presence who holds space for emotions, dreams, longings, and reclaiming your role as the sovereign of your inner ocean, calm in the storm, but not closed to it. There's a deep understanding that allows you to stay calm through any storm, anything that life throws at you. In the past, perhaps you reacted to it with intense emotions and maybe rash words or actions, but now there is this understanding. It's like you can see a bigger picture that's allowing you to stay calm and balanced in all kinds of situations. You may even meditate with water, do rituals with water, bathing rituals, scrying, calling in the element of water as a purifier, a teacher, maybe looking into Dr. Emoto. If you know who that is, you could, if not, you can Google him. Talking to your water, appreciating it, seeing it both as a teacher and an element, something that you can use as a resource and a tool in your spiritual sacred life, your sacred practices each day. It's, drinking a glass of water, but doing it in a different way. And this will deepen your connection to Gaia, Source, the cosmos. And the Eight of Cups is, we see this person has their back turned. It's walking away from what no longer nourishes the soul, even if it once did. And this is a pilgrimage, a sacred withdrawal from illusions, attachments, or systems that block the true flow. So it's that second guessing, going to check to see what the book says instead of trusting your inner wisdom. I see you walking away from those things, asking somebody else what they think instead of trusting your inner voice or what the signs and synchronicities that the universe are sending you are telling you. And the cups that you leave behind, that you walk away from, they're not failures. They've completed their cycles. They served you. They've completed their cycles, their seasons, and now you're moving on to a more elevated existence, that rising in you, that awakening. So you are on the journey back to your essential self. You're step by step beginning to walk this sacred path, trusting in life, trusting in Gaia, the cosmos, Source. And it's leading you to greater emotional fulfillment, spiritual alignment and peace. I see so much peace for you with this trust. And even letting go of the need to know every detail of what's going to unfold. Spirit wants you to know that would be a boring existence, even though you think it would feel safe and secure. Trust is not certainty. It's choosing to walk even with sacred unknowing. Feel your feelings, even if they're messy. The waves, the waters are clearing debris between you and the divine. And I see your practices, your daily practices, strengthening, or you're returning to them. Even small daily rituals, just lighting a candle, whispering to the moon, drinking a warm beverage, tea, whatever it is, in silence. All of that is it's widening the channel of flow and leading to a deeper, emotionally rich relationship with your soul, bringing you clarity of purpose and a path to spiritual maturity. Reading number 1. Wow, a lot here. Please let me know if it resonates. I love to read your comments, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 2. You chose the lemon Chrysoprase, which is a very uplifting, light-hearted, joyful, optimistic stone. It carries the frequency of lightness, childlike joy, emotional uplift. It helps dissolve pessimism, fear, self-doubt. It awakens the inner child who believes again in magic, possibility, and play. It reminds you you are allowed to feel good. You are safe to be light. It resonates strongly with the heart chakra, especially when the heart's been burdened by grief or resentment. It encourages emotional release without drama, like a gentle breeze lifting sorrow. It supports forgiveness of self and others, especially when the past has become a cage. It brings fresh clarity into confusing relationships or entanglement. It purifies, detoxifies. It's energetically cleansing. It gently detoxifies emotions, mental toxins, helping to purge negative thought patterns, beliefs, especially helps with intrusive thoughts. It helps reset your field into its natural, harmonious frequency. And through that, it opens up clarity so that it's easier to focus and make decisions and not feel mentally fatigued, not stay stuck in those thought loops, and connect back to creative flow without overthinking. And you have squirrel, which squirrel came up in a recent reading. If you got the squirrel in a recent reading and now you chose this pile this reading, getting squirrel again. Spirit is sending you a message. And not only is it to be playful, the lemon chrysoprase brings back the joy, playfulness, and we know that squirrels are playful. But it's almost like I see somebody who feels like they're not supposed to be playful. Like that's not their role. I see somebody making dinner for their family, but then they don't sit down and enjoy dinner with them. They might sit down for a moment and then they pop back up because, oh, I forgot to bring you the gravy, or let me get this, let me get that. And they don't ever, it's like the busyness of a squirrel, but not the play of a squirrel. And not the rest of the squirrel, because if you watch squirrels, they also rest. They watch. So Spirit's inviting you to sit down with your family and enjoy that precious moment. And, it says here preparation. So invite them to be part of the preparation of the meal. Instead of you doing everything and staying in this mode of, I have to, I should, giving one person the job to set the table, and somebody else helps carry the dishes to the table. Maybe somebody helps you peel potatoes, just instead of you doing it for your family and then feeling all wired or exhausted, make the whole experience a family bonding experience, a togetherness. Wow, if that sounds like you, please let me know, because that's just coming through something that they're showing me. We also see here the chestnut tree, which is quiet leadership. It's reflection, nourishment and simplicity, heart magic, and this crystal is connected to the heart chakra as well. Hearth magic, rooted in ritual. And there's the hearth of the home and the hearth of yourself, which I believe is your heart. And again, it's creating these little rituals with your loved ones and not feeling like you're imposing on them and that that's supposed to be your job. I see a shift in roles. Yeah, and this opening things up for you. Let's ask the tarot cards and see what else we can find out. How can reading number 2 invite more joy into their life while still being a responsible person? They're not exclusive. How can reading number 2 be playful, light, joyful, and also get everything done that they need and want to? All right, we have the 4 of Wands, the Ace of Wands, And the Six of Wands. Wow, so many wands. All right, we talked about the hearth, and we see the hearth here and the Four Wands as an invitation, a guiding post. And there's little fairies along the way making the path magical. And this is your invitation to make your life magical. Structure doesn't have to be rigid. It can be celebratory, communal, and sacred. So creating rituals of celebration around your daily task. Lighting a candle before you write or journal. Dance on your way to your computer to check your emails. Pretending that you're making a magical potion when you stir your tea or coffee, or that you're a magical person cooking, adding each spice as a magical ingredient. And every time you finish it, make that a celebration. You take out the trash, or somebody else takes out the trash for you, celebrate it. You stretch, celebrate that. Make the bed, celebrate it. Make everything that you complete a celebration. And infuse your spaces with beauty and lightness and music and color and smells. These are the structures that support your spirit. Let your to-do list become a to bless list, and make your life a series of mini festivals rather than burdens. And the Ace of Wands is following your spark, not your schedule. So you may have a to-do list, but you can do it in any order. And that is a creative nudge, a sacred impulse, and wild joy. Begin your day asking, what wants to rise in me today? Give yourself permission to follow inspiration, even in small doses. Your needs and wants don't have to clash. They can fuse together into passionate action when you say yes to what excites you. Your joy is not separate from your work. Just like the squirrel is joyful in their work. I see this big shift in not feeling like everything's a chore anymore, and instead just enjoying everything that you do, just infusing your type of joy into everything that you do, whether it's dance or music or magic, or maybe it's listening to podcast or YouTube videos, or watching your favorite show while you do the dishes or fold your laundry. So that you look forward to each of those things. Just weaving fun aspects into every part of your life. It's this creative, joyful, passionate action that is spiritual. That is your spirit. The wands, and you have all wands. Wands are spirituality, creativity, action. And this whole message is about weaving all of that together. And the Six of Wands it is a celebration. It's somebody who's returning home and being celebrated. And this card affirms that you will succeed, not by grinding, but by glowing, moving with radiance, not just discipline, and letting others see your light, share your joy, your process, your playful progress. Practice visible pride in your creativity and your growth, and invite acknowledgement, applause, self-witnessing, not with words, but just your presence. And by applauding others. This is victory and joy. Let your wins be joyful. Let your joy be a win. And, they keep showing me somebody who, cooks for their family. So let's say you cook, I've never cooked a souffle. I just always hear that they're difficult to make. Maybe it's a souffle. Maybe it's just something that was challenging, or something that you've never done before and you weren't sure if it was going to come out. Instead of waiting for others to recognize it and say, oh, look at this, because they may not even know how difficult it was to make. When you pull it out of the oven, or you put the icing on it and it turns out exactly like you want, just, yay, I did it. Just a little, all right. And they're going to hear that. And it's not that you're saying it so that then they'll say it. It's modeling being happy for your own accomplishments, which is going to give them the invitation to be excited about their accomplishments, and they will be excited about yours as well. It's like this spark that catches on to everybody else, so that they do it for themselves, for each other, for you. Just allow yourself to be excited. Don't wait for others to be excited for you when you do something like make this fantastic meal or this difficult meal and it comes out perfect. Celebrate it. It's worth it. It deserves to be celebrated. And it doesn't have to be a meal. It could be anything. Maybe you knitted something, or you rearranged the furniture and it just looks so much better now. So, do the wand dance ritual. Each morning stretch. Imagine drawing a wand of fire from the sky. Ask it to guide your energy through the day. Before beginning work, maybe journal, or pull an oracle card, or ring a bell. Do something that's like a little spark, inviting celebration into your life. Maybe put on your to-do list little micro ceremonies or fun things. Doing a silly walk, sending a love note to yourself, hiding it and see, maybe you'll forget about it and find it later. just tiny, sacred, but potent. You don't need to earn your joy. Play is not a distraction. It's the rhythm of the divine in motion through you. Reading number 2. So excited for you. These are lovely cards. Really, really positive, wonderful cards. And I hope that you can feel that joy and magic and positivity, playfulness and lightness. Please let me know if this resonates. I'd love to read your comments, and I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, reading number 3. You chose the Snowflake Obsidian, which is really interesting. It has feldspar on it that looks like little snowflakes, and we associate snowflakes, cold, obviously, snow, and obsidian comes from volcano, so you have the fire and ice thing going. So it's for those who are ready to meet their shadow with compassion. It allows for shadow integration with gentleness. It helps you gently see the hidden parts of yourself without judgment. And with acceptance. It's great for inner child healing, shadow journaling, anything where deeper truths are surfacing. And seeing the beauty in what maybe was once exiled or buried. It's the light in the dark. And it helps balance the emotions. It's very soothing, cooling energy to the emotional body. Excellent for those who might feel overwhelmed, fiery, scattered. It also helps those going through major transitions, grief, spiritual exhaustion, emotional reactivity. It eases emotional withdrawal and supports healthy solitude, not avoidance. It clears energetic blockages, especially when you're feeling frozen, numb, stuck, and it detoxifies thought patterns rooted in self-sabotage or unworthiness. It purifies the aura while strengthening the root chakra. It can also be used for cutting cord rituals like regular obsidian, just solid black. All right, and the card that you chose is the Hound and the Pear. And dogs are known for their loyalty. Pears are a symbol of feminine energy. And I feel like the feminine, masculine thing's been coming up a lot. So forgive me for repeating myself. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. We have both feminine and masculine energy. And so the pear helps enhance divine feminine flow. So that receptivity, the gentleness, the fertility, the intuitive knowing. It's like there's this growing loyalty to yourself that's gentle. You know, with the snowflakes, we also see this gentle softness, encouraging you to soften where maybe you've been like gripping or bracing yourself, and to nourish yourself where maybe you've been giving too much. So I feel that this hound, this loyalty, is loyalty to the self. And heart healing. Pears are sweetness after struggle. I see this something sparking in you, this growth of beginning to feel more worthy and enough, and to let go of guilt. There's this understanding happening with your shadow. It's like maybe you've been loyal to the belief of what others put upon you, and that's being shed now. So you can be loyal to your true self. Let's get some tarot cards and see what else we can find out. About this heart healing, this self-love, this embracing of the self, this softening, opening, receptivity to the good things in life, the sweetness, peaceful acceptance. The Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're beginning to discern. And the Ten of Swords. Yes. Something painful coming to an end. The Knight of Swords is the courage to face what hurt. You're integrating your shadow by no longer running from it. And look at this magical beast, a 3-horned bull. Normally we see the knight on a horse. And look at these rings. It's like he knows exactly where to step. So this knight is rushing toward the truth, not away from it. You got all swords. And swords are truth, they're communication, intelligence, thoughts. So you may have been moving through a phase of mental overactivation, analysis paralysis, lots of thinking, needing answers, looking for clarity, justice. And this is part of the healing, naming what wounded you, putting words to the unspoken. And shadow integration began when you stopped avoiding it or pretending everything was okay and allowed the fire of honesty to light your path. Right? Knowing exactly where to step. The path is illuminated. It's like sometimes things are so painful we can't deal with them in the moment. And that's okay. It's very human and natural. But eventually we do deal with it. And I see that that's what you've been doing. This is important work, hard work, but important work. And the Queen of Swords is, I love this version of it because she's all about discernment, boundaries. We see this crystal cave and she's put down her sword and she's playing a harp. This is an elevated vibration and it's amplified by all of these crystals. So you were looking for clarity and you found it in spades. And this clarity is giving you the strength and the courage to set those boundaries. Your healing heart is finding its voice. It's clear. It's sovereign. You're learning to honor your truth without apologizing for it. Queens don't apologize. And again, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. The queen integrates pain into wisdom. She doesn't wall off her heart, but she filters what enters with discernment. And this is the phase where you say, I choose who gets my softness. I choose where my energy flows. You're becoming someone who can sit with pain and still speak love, but never at the cost of yourself, of your soul. And your clarity is now your compassion, and your boundaries are sacred. And the Ten of Swords is, this is the final release. This is the ending of self-sabotage, self-betrayal. You are laying down the mental swords, the stories, judgments, wounds that once turned on yourself, those critical voices that we internalize that came from the past. You're letting go of those. It's done. You don't have to fight yourself anymore. In healing your heart and seeing your worth, you're ending a cycle, perhaps one that you inherited through generations. Becoming loyal to yourself. And look at the snow. We had the Snowflake Obsidian, and look at the snow here. Cooling things down. Wow. All of this is going to lead to a life where your inner voice is no longer an enemy, but an ally, because the tone of your inner voice is changing. You're recognizing how your self-talk, and that self-talk is changing. And this is leading to a deeper peace where truth and tenderness live side by side. It's the end of mental torment and the birth of clarity, sovereignty, and self-love. You're becoming a seer of truth, a holder of healing for yourself and soon for others. You aren't the swords that wounded you. You're the person, the soul, the spirit who stood back up. You are the truth that remains. And you're finding your voice. Remember, I said that swords are also communication, and it looks like this beautiful, think about harp music. It's like angelic. You have this new voice inside you that speaks to you, that's so much more loving and protective of this beautiful sacred soul that you are. And it begins to change externally as well. I see you setting these boundaries with strong commitment to yourself, but with a soft gentleness so that it's received well. Wow. Your loyalty is changing to yourself. So beautiful. And there's this softening of the voice within you that's shifting from a critical voice to a nurturing voice. Reading number 3, so beautiful, so happy for you. Please let me know if this resonates. I'm wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.